You know what, Alex? Let's agree to disagree. This is
Yeah,
not
I
over.
agree. It's true.
But I feel we're gonna take this. We're gonna put it up on socials. We're gonna get a little Twitter poll and shit with this clip, and we'll revisit this. You know, once it's the wrestling world is able to digest this MJF promo and shit like
He's
that.
one of the three musketeers of New Japan, the new three musketeers. It's Nakamura,
You know what?
Shibata, and Tanahashi.
Listen, Alex, I appreciate the input, but just like my boy MJF says, just because I'm not a fucking mark for New Japan and Japanese wrestling doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about over here. Let's get into it. I fucking love this promo, and you just touched on it. Are you saying it's 100% work?
So good.
Are you saying it's 100% work because he pushed every limit here with the fucking what do you say? You fire me, you fucking mark. The only place you're just because of the money, the power, but really the only place you should be is on the other side of the fucking railing. No. Like, he dug deep on all the guys in the back. You're being tight with your money, but all you're doing is signing all these WWE guys that can't lace their boots with me. Like, he fucking went hard.
He went hard.
So yeah, Alex, what's your how much are you saying this is all work? You saying is all work? What's your take?
Well, the way it is now, it has to be a storyline, and I'm gonna be in the minority here. I didn't like it as much as everyone else did, but I think MJF is fire in his promo, and he made some good points. But then he completely fucked himself over. He went WCW 2000, New Blood, and early TNA style in a couple of things that he said. He said that basically calling the fans marks, us, right, basically, and saying that, you know, we go on Twitter and we call out his professionalism when he's actually one of the safest workers in the business, and that he doesn't do head drops, you know, he doesn't do flashy crazy moves. He's just there to make a lot of money. You're basically telling me that pro wrestling is fake.
No, he's
on
there
the
to
show
entertain.
that I'm watching. It's
there,
terrible. That was bullshit.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
He lost me there, but then he got me back.
But what I've been saying for a long time was that wrestlers need to use the fact that people could follow them and all that crap all day, every day on social media and all that. And I was never a big fan, kind of like those, like the media scrums and shit that they did after the last pay-per-view, where they legit do the whole media scrum 100% real. They literally tell you how they scripted the match and da. Like, they pull the curtain right away after the match. I don't understand they did it in kayfabe, a media scrum, you know, do a little bit of realism, but keep the kayfabe a bit. So on that note is what I always said. Like, I always said, smart wrestlers should use social media to reverse engineer it, because now the way that everything is being so, like, everyone knows everything about what's going on, you gotta be like outsmart them, like, to that, like what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but I'm saying he did that for heat, old school heat, like
it doesn't work
where
like
wrestlers
that. No,
couldn't,
he's
like a bad guy, people hated him.
No, I disagree.
And I think that
he's supposed to be a wrestling historian. He's supposed to one that is always on, right?
Exactly,
he keeps kayfabe.
That's what he's doing here.
But he just broke it right there. He made a mistake.
But that's all if that beef is 100% real. Was that a media ploy? Because if so, I'm gonna call Tony Khan and MJF geniuses. If not,
did you watch early TNA? Did you watch TNA with Vince Russo, Sports Entertainment Extreme?
I don't think so. I kind of was
good. Don't.
Was that before or after the hexagon ring?
It was a bit before. Definitely before 2002, 2003. Well,
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it real time, but I've
MJF watched a bit too much of it.
I've seen plenty of rundowns of that era, and I know more about what you said about the 2000 Nitro era. It's a little more.
It's terrible. Thunder, Nitro 2000.
Again, though, that was stupid. That was stupid because they really exposed it, and again, I'm just hoping.
Did too, MJF a bit.
It's because look,
I'm telling you,
if he legit is in a beef with Tony, he's now playing in his own best interest to show what he's got. If it's a work and he's got people riled up for calling the fans, insulting them for being fans, and getting that real "I fucking hate you" heat, he's being a real heel, and he's using social media in real life. We'll see. You know
why it didn't work? Because at the end of the promo, everyone was cheering for MJF. So like you say that it's supposed to give heat. I agree that it should, but it doesn't, because by the end of the promo, everyone loved MJF.
But that's the thing
Like,
about
everyone
freaking
was rallying
AEW
for
fans.
it.
They do dueling chants. Like, I'm gonna chant for the good guy. I'm gonna chant for the bad guy. Like that. That's but
It's pro wrestling.
But I
That's pro
think
wrestling in 2022.
I
WWE do that too.
yeah, I think what
It's
they
not just
chanted
AEW.
for more though was the passion, the fire, and then whether or not he was given the okay to drop the F-bomb and all that stuff like that. That's up for debate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if he was given the okay, a lot of people, if they're given that okay, though, you could say shit, fuck, whatever on TV. Yeah. He delivered it with that real life passion. He had to deliver it like it's real. You have to forget. I know what you're saying about the 2000 era, but also I don't like, again, I'll touch on it now, rubbing in our face when things are fake, like taking a guy who looks like he's 118 pounds and beating up a guy that's 275, and the guy all he does is super kicks and wins the match, and the other guy, there's nothing that can make me think that this guy could beat up the other guy. And they just make that guy win, and they make unbelievable things happen. That, to me, I find is more insulting when it comes to exposing the business. Sorry, CLaudio, for this debate we're having here.
Intense.
Let's you know what, Alex? Let's agree to disagree. This is not over. But I feel we're gonna take this. We're gonna put it up on socials. We're gonna get a little Twitter poll and shit with this clip, and we'll revisit this. You know, once it's the wrestling world is able to digest this MJF promo and shit like that. But to end it off between me and you right now in real time, CLaudio, what's your take on it?
I think this is a good promo. I believe Tony Khan is going to make his way into the storyline now. I think it's going to be with him, and you heard it here first. I think Tony Khan is going to give MJF an ultimatum. He goes, "Yeah, you want to, you want to be everything you want to be." And Tony Khan is going to say, "Well, something along the lines of, I own AEW, and if you want, and and if you keep losing against the guys I'm going to stand up against you, then you're fired. But if you win and you prove to me, that what you're saying is true." I think he's gonna, because I think Tony Khan sometimes is gonna say in a remark saying, "You know what? You're challenging everyone in the locker room." Just like when MJF paid the Butcher and the Blade, Tony Khan is gonna have all the people that MJF fought. He's gonna have him fight again.
And you know what, CLaudio, you made me remember a thought that I had when it was happening. Another potential thing that could happen here is this the beginning of the Tony Khan on-air character? And are they trying to do a reverse engineer? You know how it was Vince McMahon firing Stone Cold? Are they doing a reverse, this is where it's a heel calling out the babyface manager of the company, saying, "Fire me."
I hope they don't do that.
I hope not, but I feel Tony. I feel he's been slowly showing his face more over the years and months and on media and stuff. It's not another question, like you said. It's old. They're fans, aka marks of the 2000s and all that type of stuff. And I'm sure Tony Khan has just been licking his lips to be at some point be an on-air authority figure.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm calling it right now.
And if all of this beef, if the online beef, the fake media shit over the whole entire weekend, that culminated to the squash, that culminated to this promo that makes you think that he's actually telling you what's happening behind the curtain, and all culminates to kind of like they're trying to bring it into reality, but not reality thing. You know what I don't know how if that makes any sense. It could be cool. And just the fishing spot. Sorry, we're in a heated debate here, but yes, we do check the chat. That's why we have it up there on the screen.
By the way, I saw an article today that we're expect to see less of MJF on TV.
Yeah, but he was on TV tonight. They said that.
After this, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
This was MJF's, his pipe bomb, his work shoot promo. This is like, so many people have done it. Samoa Joe's done it in TNA. Eddie Guerrero did it in WCW. Like, he's not the first guy. Brian Pillman in ECW. So, I mean, I just feel like this was like in 2022, we don't need this shit. Work shoot promo. It's not the way to go. We're all talking about it.
But if it's not a work, what if it's been a work, not a shoot?
Shit.
But what if it's not a shoot at all? That's what I'm saying. What if they're saying, you know, maybe he did make that one remark on a podcast a few months ago that they're talking. They said, listen, let's just work this now because everyone's talking about it, and let's work it slowly. That people are gonna think that, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, I know what you're saying, and I don't like it either. So if it is a work shoot, I'm on board with you because I'm not a big fan of that. But then again, it explains for the passion, the fire shit he did, which I'll give him at least props for saving his ass if he knows they're gonna flank him or whatever. Yeah. But if it's been a shoot the whole time that made people think, I mean, if it's been a work the whole time that make people think it's a shoot, you gotta admit, fucking smart. Because I always said the wrestlers need to reverse engineer social media, and they need to use social media to keep kayfabe, and not use social media to just expose the hell out of it. Again, to your point, like I don't like that, right? If I follow a wrestler, so show a couple little things like Sexy Eddie. I follow him. His social media, he'll show you real life things like what he's doing during the day, maybe, or what he's eating, but he's doing it in his Sexy Eddie esque style. You know what I mean?
No, but like, I know what you're saying. Like even bringing up the media scrum, but the difference to me is that talking of like peeling behind the curtain, that's not supposed to happen during the show. This is not like a meta film. You know, we're not being.
What if he knows something we don't know? What if he knows that they're gonna? You know, like, if he knows they're gonna screw him, or you know what I mean? If fuck Tony fucking now really hates me, and all he's gonna do is bury me or fuck me around for the next 2 years, he's gotta. You know, he's got to create it. It's wrestling, man. Look what Cody did. You got to create your own brand. You got to create your narrative. Say your own. Yeah, isn't that the name of? Isn't that the name of a new company that
MJF is gonna go? Then MJF is gonna go to WWE, and then they're gonna bury him there. So
who knows? Like probably
or they're genius, and he's already signing the extension, and they're saying let's work, let's make people believe this is a real behind the scenes thing.
Work yourself into a shoot, brother, and then you shoot yourself into a work. It's the famous Hulk Hogan tweet 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We can talk. I feel the whole show's been about this. Let's get to a little more excitement. Again, a strong opening to the show. More people we all have to see. More things to talk about. Looking good, looking fly, looking like an athlete. My boy, Johnny Elite.